Hey everybody, Coach Phil here with you today, and we're going to talk a little bit about push-ups. I've got Laura here with me who's going to help me demonstrate a few things for you. So the first thing we're going to do is come down into a plank position. And one of the main faults that happens in a push-up is that we end up with this arched spine. So if you'll just tilt your hips up a little bit. So see how she's got like this big arch in her back? We don't really want that. So what I want her to do is squeeze her glutes and pull down into an active plank position. So her butt's on fire right now, her core's nice and tight, and that's what we want, a nice flat line from shoulder to ankle. Once we've got that plank position dialed in, now we need to talk about our hand positioning. What we're gonna do is think about our hands kind of like our feet in a squat. So we want to press these fingers down into the floor just like they're our toes in a squat, and we want to kind of twist into the floor like we're screwing our hands into the ground. Now, as she's coming down from the top of this push-up, we're trying to keep everything nice and tight and then press on through. Easy peasy. So now that we've got that plank position dialed in, now we want to talk about where we can place our hands so that we get different muscle groups involved. In high rep workouts, especially like Murph, you're going to be doing a lot of workouts. So if you do push-ups the same way, you can end up overusing a muscle group and then have a lot of trouble continually doing reps. So one thing that we can do is a tricep dominant push-up by keeping our hands close and keeping our elbows close into our sides. So Laura will come back up here into a plank. She's got her fingers pressed into the ground again, and she's going to try and come down, keeping those elbows nice and close, and then drive through. So she's got a lot of tricep engagement in that. So now we're going to talk about a chest dominant push-up. Everything's functionally the same, but we're just going to move our hands out just a little bit wider. Our elbows are still going to be back behind our wrists, but we're now coming out a little bit more so that we can get more of that chest and pec muscle in there. So Laura, if you'll come back out, hands just a little bit wider, and now our elbows are coming out somewhere closer to 45 degrees away from our body instead of right next to our ribs. We don't want to see our elbows flare out over our wrists. So while we were in that chest dominant push-up, we were out closer to 45 degrees. We should never end up in a position where our elbows are coming out 90 degrees from our body trying to get down into a push-up like this. That's a good way to really hurt your shoulders. That's why I demonstrated that. I didn't make Laura do it because I care about her shoulders. Make sure you're screwing those fingers in, keep those elbows in nice and tight, belly tight, butt tight. Do great push-ups.